Hey craft artists, this is Sherri again. If you're lucky to find these cute little mushrooms from Dollar Tree, they come in different color heads. Green, brown, kind of a red, but they're terracotta on the bottom and glazed on the top. And I'm going to make little pumpkin men out of these. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm working with chalky paint, and I have black Valspar chalky finish paint, but they don't carry it anymore. I think Krylon is the brand that they carry now, but black chalky paint, and then I'm using Good Bones Poppy for the pumpkin color. So this is what it looks like when you purchase. So take the tag off the bottom, and it's got some little indentations in there, and it's kind of a terracotta clay. So we are going to paint the bottom base black. So I'm going to start under here, and as you'll see, the glaze is a little off. So I'm just going to cover the terracotta part and just come out toward the edge with the chalky black. You want to hide the rough terracotta color because there's really no paint on it. It's got a stain, but it's real rough. So just hide that. Follow the contour of the mushroom. Good thing about chalky paint is it's a one coat, pretty much a one coat on this. And then we're going to come down what I'm going to call his face with the rest. And then feel free to come around so when you set it down, you're not seeing any terracotta. So come on around the bottom part near the hole. Dollar Tree also sells foam. Let's see, we got some over here. It's kind of a cork board. And it's got a sticky back, and I'm going to cut some round sections to go on the bottom of this. So all of that will be hidden. But you don't want to cut a whole bunch of that, but enough to cover it to where it'll sit on your furniture without scratching it up. And it'll cover up all this yuck on the bottom. So just one good coat of black. And you don't have to use chalky paint, guys. Use whatever kind of paint you have. Ceramcoat has an awesome poppy color. It's actually called Poppy, and I've used that in some of my stuff also. But I'm just digging the chalk paint, and I've got some left over from other projects, except the poppy color I just ordered. So if you take your mushroom and set it down on its little hat, then you're not going to get paint all over the place. So isn't this poppy color beautiful? I love that color. So the next step is going to be putting on a crackle medium. And this is just folk art. Just about every company sells, every paint company that sells craft paint sells crackle medium. And you can even get it at Lowe's now. I think Krylon also carries it. And I opted not to do the under rim. It's just going to kind of fade and disappear. So just go in the crevice right there at the tip of the mushroom cap, and then come down. You don't have to cover all the black on the very bottom, because this is just what's going to crack with the poppy color. So right in the crevice and on down. Keep the crackle medium going in one direction. And crackle mediums vary. Some of the stuff you get at the hardware store, you have to let it dry an hour or so, or no more than 3 hours. So you got a window there. But this type of crackle medium, you just need to let it dry. Okay, so when your base coat gets dry on the black, you're going to add a layer of crackle medium. And then once that dries, we're going to put the top coat on. The top coat is going to be the poppy color. And if you've never done crackle medium before, it's kind of a hit it once and get off of it type of deal. So use a bigger brush. Mine is a 3/4 inch flat. I'm opting for flat because I want to get right up in the edge and pull down. And this is going to be the dominant pumpkin color, obviously. And what's going to happen is the crackle medium will allow the poppy to separate, and then the black will show through. So let's see if I can get this to work. I'm just working right off the lid here. So it's going to have a rustic look to it. So if we can speed up the process. So you can kind of see the crack coming through. And it's going to be really rustic. Once that gets good and dry, then we'll figure out what kind of face these little guys want. So that's what it looks like starting out. And then that's where we're at so far. And I did not do anything underneath the hat. So first phase, try to find them at Dollar Tree. Second phase, good coat of black. I'm opting for chalky. Third phase, a coat of crackle medium just on the body, not the underbelly. I mean, you can do the underbelly if you want. I'm just opting to let that kind of disappear because I want the face to be the dominant part of him. And you're not going to crack anything under here anyway because this wouldn't be normally orange. This is the pumpkin. So it's looks like it's drying pretty good and rustic, kind of like I like. And I'm digging that my over brush strokes has caused like the pumpkin ridge effect. Even though there is ridges already in this to begin with, they're not very pronounced. So I don't know, kind of digging that look as it dries. So next step is a little face. Okay, he's good and dry so far. So let's go in with a little face. Kind of go around the pumpkin and see where you'd want your face. The mushroom hat is kind of coming up on this end, but I'm not really liking that for part of his face. So I'm just going to come in about right here. Just decide what kind of little face you want. Google faces, there's tons of them. I'm just going to go on a whim here. A big old eyeball right there. I'm using my chalky black. Let's go in with a typical triangle nose. And this brush is a little thicker than I'd like. I'm gonna go in with a thinner liner for some kind of a mouth. I don't know, do I want him happy? Let's make him happy. I think I'll come down here and make his mouth open. Right about there. Now come underneath his lip or his open mouth and make a little lip right there. A couple little smile lines. Okay. Give him some little highlights, a little character. I think I'll go in there with a side float too. Let's see what I have here. Gotta give him some character. It's probably a little bigger than I should use, but I'm just gonna hit the brush with a little bit of water, tap it off, and just hit the corner, the toe. A little bit of white, blend it back and forth. So you just got just the tip with white. And this chalky paint dries kind of fast, so I'm gonna just come around here with a little white highlight on the left side of his eyes. Should be enough paint to do both in one swoop. Pick me up a stylus. Dollar Tree sells stylus now. I wish I had one I could show you in a packet. The stylus have the different size balls on it, and I think they only have like one where it's got a small ball on one end and a little bit larger on the other end. But for little projects like this, go in your paint and dot off maybe twice, because his eyes are pretty small, and maybe just a highlight on that darker side, the black side that's not white highlighted. Just gives them so much more whimsy. And maybe a little dot on the right side of his nose there. And we can come down the side of his nose with a little highlight too. Just a little touch of white, just to kiss the side of his nose right there, just like that. And I'll come back in with a small stylus, dot off a couple of times, and right under that grin where the mouth's open, right on the orange part, just put a tiny little dot, just to give his lip a little gloss. So I don't know, guys, I'm kind of digging him. We could go in with some eyebrows, and let's get this liner over here. You want to wet the paint, get it really inky if you're going to do eyebrows and eyelashes and such, but just kind of brace yourself and flick. They're not showing up too well because of the crack, but we got a happy little snowman there. He's a good boy. So again, this is what it looks like when you buy it in the store. Coat it with black and even that out. So you're going to do a whole, paint the whole underbelly and the body and come around the lip with the black paint. Then with the crack medium, you're just going to glaze the head, not the underbelly under here, because you're not going to crack that. You don't want to draw attention to that. The black helps it disappear, as you can see here. And then once your crackle medium dries, then you're going to come on with your top coat, whatever orange you choose, and hit it and be done. Don't go back and play in it because it starts cracking immediately. And if you overlap, you can put thicker coats on too, but the overlap seemed to draw out some kind of pumpkin groove, which I'm kind of digging. And then just paint a little face on him. I'll probably dress him up underneath here with a little bit of raffia. And then on the bottom, remember I told you that Dollar Tree sells Crafter's Score adhesive cork sheets. And gosh, I could probably do 12 or more pumpkin bottoms. Just cut them out and they stick on down here just to give it a little more finished look. I don't know, I think he's cute. What do you think? Leave me some comments below if you have any questions. Give me a holler. Thanks for watching, guys.